Hello, I'm Mike M. Burke, and today I want to do a video all about becoming a better actor. And this is really geared towards, beginners or even people who have been doing it for a while. Perhaps you don't think you're a good enough actor and you struggle with that. And I would say this video will work also for filmmakers. If you write your own films, you write screenplays, you make movies, film, direct, produce, edit, whatever. I think these lessons are going to help all of you. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been acting for over 20 years. I started out when I was a kid and was doing it throughout high school, a little bit through grade school. Eventually, that led me to my own talk show at the age of 16. And that led me at the age of 18 to making my first official full-length feature film. Now, it was like a $100 budget. That's all we had. And it was part of our television show. And every week, or every Christmas, I should say, we would do a special, a movie special. And it was a tradition. So one particular year, I said to the cast, and this was around August, I was like, guys, we got to go big this year. Let's do our version of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Everybody looked at me like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Scene for scene, let's try to make that movie. Everybody was excited, and I had the time of my life making that movie. Now, when we did a television show, we would only spend a week on an episode. So this was a little different for us because it took us about 5 to 6 weeks. And we pre-filmed a lot of our episodes of the show so they can continue airing while we were filming the movie. But the movie taught me so much about filmmaking because I knew nothing about it. Nothing. And we didn't have any, anybody to go to tell us how to do it. We had to just figure it out. And for the most part, we got it right, but we were low budget. We had a lot of problems with our equipment. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point is I had always felt throughout my entire career that was my best performance. I played Clark W. Griswold, the Chevy Chase part, and I loved doing it. And I got so involved in that character and had such a thrill, and every scene was fun, every scene. So after that, the movies that I had made, I just never was happy with my performance. I always ridiculed my own performances and was like, that wasn't right. The movies that I made, I was like, I didn't get it right. It wasn't what I wanted. It just, And then I think people are buying this DVD and it's just not exactly right. Well, the first thing about that is that we are our own worst critic. An actor will be an actor will be his or her own worst critic. A film director will be his or her worst critic. We will say the worst things about ourselves than anybody outside could say. Because we just, most of us are never satisfied with what we're doing. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're bad at what you're doing. Because the opinions of the audience, are they buying into it? Are they believing the character? Do they believe the movie you made? Are they having a good time? Did they learn something? Did they enjoy something? If they watch the movie and it's just a big bore fest, then you failed at your job. And if everybody feels that way, that your movie is just a snoozer, then the movie's just not good. But if people are connecting to this movie, it's making a difference. Even for a movie that comes out at the box office, it may do really bad in sales, but there might be a handful of people that this movie changes their life for the better. Maybe there's something in it that inspires them. It happens. It's a Wonderful Life wasn't a big box office success. Now look at it. It's been, 60 years or so since that movie came out? And people still watch it every year. So anyways, I learned a lot about acting, more than I have in all of these years in the past 2 years. And one of the reasons why is because I started to do these videos for people. People would pay me to record video messages. And I would play different characters. And these characters were nothing like me. They didn't look like me. I played a blue-haired granny with Marge Simpson-like hair. I play this nerd character with big, thick glasses and black curly hair. This hippie who's kind of flaked out. This crazy guy with white hair. I mean, these characters just aren't me. So people hire me to play these parts. And I've realized these past 2 years I'm getting better at it. But one of my most popular is playing Santa Claus. These are videos where I do messages for children, promote websites, promote businesses, announce parties, Christmas parties, events, things like that. And it's me as full-blown Santa Claus. And one of the things that I've learned from doing... what's going on here? Okay, that's strange. I don't know if something happened. Webcam here, I don't... Merry Christmas! On behalf of Mike and Burke, I would like to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, as you know, I have a naughty and nice list. And every year, I check that list, and I check it twice. Well, this year I was checking my list, and most of you made it on the nice list, but a lot of you made it on the naughty list. So, no presents for you. Too bad. I'm just messing with you. Santa has a little bit of a sense of humor. Well, anyways, I do have to get going. I just heard a rumor that Mrs. Claus made her famous hot chocolate. If I don't get in there now, the elves are going to beat me to it. You should see the elves chowing down on a mug of hot chocolate. It is not a pretty sight. So I will see you all on Christmas. Merry Christmas! Okay, well, my whole screen just kind of went weird, and suddenly there's Santa Claus. I mean, the guy is that rude. He interrupts me while I'm talking right in the middle of a sentence. He couldn't, wait or call me on the phone and say, hey, Mike, I want to talk to your audience for a moment. No. Anyways, that's actually what I do. Yes, that was me as Santa. I know. That was me. But that's actually what I do. Messages that are similar to that. A lot of times people write their own script. Sometimes I get to write the script. But what I learned playing that part of Santa Claus is that you have to become the character. You have to get lost in the character. Now, I'm not an actor who has to walk around the house dressed as Santa in order to do a recording. I have to do everything instant. Each video's different. Each person wants a different style. Some people want it to be jolly. Some people want them to be drunk. Some want them to be somber. Some want them to be angry. So I don't sit here dressed as Santa walking through my house as Santa Claus walking around. I have to do it when I'm ready. As soon as I hit record, I'm now Santa. So my tip is become the character. As soon as that camera starts rolling, you are that character. Feel like that character. Be that character. Don't think about, I got to do this later. I got to do that. What if I suck? What if I don't look good? What if the beard's not right? What if my voice isn't right? What are people going to think? What if the camera's not getting me at the right angle? What? And what if I suck? Get rid of all that. If you think that way, you are going to fail. You are going to be a terrible actor. You have to be focused and you have to believe what you're doing. That's the only way. So when you get lost in the character and suddenly you're not performing to the camera's not there. You're performing to the audience. You're performing to whoever's watching it. And don't get intimidated by the audience. Don't think, oh my God, millions of people are going to see this. Thousands of people are going to see this. Oh my God, my family's going to see this. What am I going to do? Don't care. Don't matter. It doesn't matter. Stay focused. Be the character. Be the ball. Be the ball. I'm telling you right now, when you do that, it's going to make a big difference. And when I become Santa, I'm Santa. And the people who watch that video, they believe I'm Santa. Now, most of them are children. A few adults think that he's real, But anyways, that's beside the point. The fact is, people will write to me all the time and say, you have brought magic to our Christmas. My children believe that you were him. People compliment me on the voice. They're like, I love the voice. And you are him. You are the real deal. I don't just phone it in. I become the character. That's how you become a better actor. Now, in my case, I can't memorize lines at all for this. It's just impossible. I may be recording a video while orders are coming in. I hit pause or stop on the button here, and then I have to grab the script and start the next video. So there is no time to memorize. So I had to get a little creative here, and I have words right above the camera. So the audience, it looks like I'm looking right at them, but really my eyes are just slightly above. So you have to get creative if you're going to do anything like what I do. But, other than that, I found that when I focus too much on that stuff, like, for example, have my hand on the mouse so I can just stop it from recording. So that way I don't have to do any editing and in the videos, because I don't like to edit those videos. I want to have it, a nice cut right from start to finish and then send it right to the customer. It saves me a lot of time. But when I take my hand off the mouse, I get better at what I'm doing because I'm not focused on that. And then when I'm doing my end, then my stuff is done. Then I could just hit the button on the mouse and stop the video, or a key on the keyboard. So the whole key here about acting is stay focused. And this leads me to another point. You have to have confidence, which is exactly what I just got through telling you. You have to have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you're going to fail. You can't think about any of that stuff. What am I going to look like? What's my makeup going to look like? What am I going to do? None of it. You have to have confidence. Don't worry about that stuff. And don't let it bother you. And as a matter of fact, a lot of actors don't even watch their own stuff. They don't want to see it. They don't, because they know they'll get disappointed. So they just do their thing and they don't focus on that. Now, for me, I have done so many videos, so many hours of recording in all of these years. I'm talking about probably over 100,000 hours of filming that I've done. As a matter of fact, I have a counter here of the videos that I do. And I'm up to 704. This is the 704th video since I started doing the Santa Claus thing. From all the different outtakes, the orders I've gotten. So that's 700 videos just this year. Never mind last year and the year before that. And all of the movies I shot. I've got 15 films. I had 100 episodes of my TV show. So I have a lot behind me. And I have to I edit all my own work. So with all that editing, I'm used to myself. It doesn't faze me. I can shut me off from the work. Not a lot of people can't do that. Now, my last point I want to say here about being a better actor. Don't read reviews. Avoid them at all costs. Don't read reviews. Don't do it. It's going to mess with you, especially if you're a person who has low self-esteem. It's going to hurt you. You put care into what you do. You hope that people like what you do. You're not someone who's out there hurting others. You're just acting. You're making movies. But I can tell you right now, people are mean. I have one particular movie, and it's not one of my best. I admit that. But the movie called And So It Goes that I made a long time ago. And not to give excuses, but it was a low-budget movie, and we went through a lot of problems. I had a lot of cast members drop out because it was all volunteer. So we had to change things on the fly, and it wasn't the movie I wanted. It didn't have really the storyline that I wanted, so I had to take the few things we shot and then put it together to make this movie. Anyways, because the Michael Douglas movie came out called And So It Goes, our movies show up together. So when people go to Amazon.com, they show up together. When people were looking at the movie trailer, my movie was showing up. So I had a very good year with that movie this year. I made a ton of sales, and they keep coming in. Every month, I keep getting royalty checks from that movie. But I also know a lot of people left reviews, and they weren't nice. I don't know if anybody left nice reviews because I stopped reading them. But people didn't like the movie, and they didn't watch the whole thing. Some people shut it off in the first 10 minutes, which was awful because there are two really good stories in this movie. But anyways, it's something I have to live with. Not everything I'm going to do works. I'm going in a new direction with my film work and some changes I want to make, which I'm excited about. I can't wait. But right now I'm focused on what I'm doing here and this kind of stuff. But anyways, don't read reviews. It's going to mess with your head. Don't read them. Don't go online. Don't look at newspapers. Try to avoid, television reviews. Just avoid it. Now, if you focus on these things I told you, you are going to become a better actor. Now, with that being said, don't be disillusioned. Don't think, if you just suck and you can't do it and you can't act and when you're acting, you keep looking at the camera when you're not supposed to, and you can't memorize your lines and you can't focus and you could never focus and you can't deliver a line well enough, you have to face reality and say either I need acting lessons, or I'm just not good at this, and I should move on and do something else. You know, don't be disillusioned. You'll find you're not going to get anywhere either from doing that. But other than that, have fun with it. Be focused and have confidence and become the character. And I'm not saying you have to be insane about it. Like, you live a month as the character. You're at home sleeping in bed and you're the character, and you're eating dinner and you're the character, and maybe you're playing some nasty guy and you're being nasty to everybody around you. Quite honestly, I just think that's nonsense. You know, I think that's stupid. If you can't get yourself focused enough when that camera starts rolling, why are you acting? Why? So, you know, I hear stories like that all the time. Actors treating other people like garbage because their character's an idiot. So they're like, well, I'm just going to be my character and treat everybody like shit. That's nonsense. Don't do it. It's stupid. Have respect for the people you work with. Don't make their lives miserable because you feel like you're not good enough to give a good performance and you got to be this person all the time. It's stupid. Learn how to act better by learning how to shut it on and off, just like that. It's easy to do once you learn how to do it. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. It makes me laugh sometimes because I may be swearing, you know, trying to get the Santa hat on and just the beard right. And I'm like, God, you son of a damn it. And then 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm not thinking about the beard. Okay, this video ran a little long. I hope that I taught you some stuff. I invite you to come to my website, www.mikeburkeonline.com. I have a lot of cool stuff there. You'll find the DVDs of the movies I've made, trailers there, all different kind of I build a lot of different products too. I do a lot. So everything's there. You will find it at the website. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be back with some more tips and cool stories to tell and things like that. Have a great day.